The Cleveland housing market is shifting, and if you're not paying attention, you might be reading the signs completely wrong. Homes are sitting longer, prices are holding steady in some areas, while in others, they're actually dipping. And buyers are enjoying having negotiating powers back. But does it really mean that the Cleveland housing market is cooling off? Or is this just a temporary shift? I'm gonna be going over the data to show you exactly what is happening and what to expect coming into the month of February. What's up, guys? Anthony Esposito with eXp Realty, your local real estate expert right here in the Cleveland, Ohio area. And if you have any plans or you're thinking about buying or selling, I'm helping people just like you every single week that are reaching out to me. You can contact me directly here as well, or you can use one of the methods I have listed in the description below. So let's hop over to the computer, start taking a look at these numbers and find out what's really happening out there. Okay, so let's take a look at quick stats here. Just according to the MLS, this is 90-day trend, and these are averages. So the total amount of sales between Cuyahoga, Lorain, Medina, Summit County, 2,074. It's down. Of course it is down. We just got through two of the slower months of the year every single year. Total pending sales, those are down 3,359. Active listings, those are down 3,961. Months of inventory, they're still showing one, but there is another graph, a sheet that actually shows we are increasing quite a bit, which is awesome. And days on market, we are currently up to 27 days on market. That is up 19%. So we are increasing, which means the shift is happening. And as you see here, sale price to list price, 96%. There's going to be another graph that I'm going to show you with some numbers. And it's the first time in quite some time that we have seen less than 100%. We are still holding steady right in between as far as the market temperature goes, but it's a slight shift. It's going to take time. It's a gradual change when it comes to real estate. However, having said that, we still have supply and demand issues. So it's going to be interesting to see what continues to take place with these interest rates that I'm going to show you later on, and how we have spring market, the start of the real estate market kicking off. Now, as we look at, get that out of your way, months of inventory, this is what I was talking about. So in December, it was down to 1.3 from November of 2.12 months. So we kept increasing. It was down because it's December. There wasn't that much that happens. December is the slowest month every single year, no matter what. And you can see that it does it in years past. Every single year since 2020, it's showing you it is down in December. However, here we are. January, we shot up to 2.46, almost 2.5 months of inventory, which is the most we have seen since January of 2023. So it has been 2 long years since we've been at 2.5 months of inventory. This is excellent news for buyers because there's more stuff out there. Now we take a look at original price versus sold price. Again, it's going to be down right now for February because it's just in the beginning. So everything that just recently closed is what you're seeing here. But if you look at January, 220,000. The sold price for the closing on it was 205,000, which was less than in December. And there's a couple reasons for it. One, the market's shifting. Two, in the winter months, there is more negotiating power for buyers because sellers, it's not a want to sell. It's more often than not, it is we need to sell. So there is less buyers during winter, which is good for the active buyers. And then there is less inventory during the winter, which is bad for the buyers and it's a double-edged sword, but you do have more negotiating power, and it's also an indication of the market showing you that some homes holding steady, other homes, depending on location, obviously, is dipping in price. And we take a look at sale price versus list price ratio. Here we go. Since March, it has been 100, hitting. December, 99.3. January is just about the same as last year at 98.6 in 24, 98.7 in 25. But as you see, the trends minus the huge blow up, right, from March of 21 going all the way through, that was the big 55% increase in home values since 2020 that we have seen in Ohio. That was the crazy time to try and buy and sell real estate. But you see, typically it is less because there is more buying power, no matter what market you are in during the winter months here in Cleveland. And then the sales by county, they're kind of holding true. This is a full year's worth. And Cuyahoga still 12,700, Summit 5,900, Lorain 3,200, Medina 1,700. We keep fluctuating a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy, and I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. It's not like we're going to jump and just have mass amounts of homes to sell. It's going to be gradual because of, namely because of the interest rates. There's a lot of people that they are comfortable with where they are at. Now, as we take a look at Cuyahoga County, excuse me, average list price over the past 30 days, $292,000. 459 price reductions, that is up 57.7. Now you're going to see some of these numbers like these price reductions. These price reductions are going to show you indication that, you know, there's areas where home value is dropping. But I'm curious to see what is going to happen when we approach April, May, June, July, because December, January, even now that we're in February, these are months that are more in favor of buyers to get a little bit more negotiations capable to them because of what I was saying before. Less inventory, less buyers, and people who are selling, it is a need to sell, so they have to get out of the house. Active listings, 4,475, that is down 4.7%. New listings, 939. That is up 26.9%. So that's good stuff right there for the buyers that are out there. And it's also showing that people are still selling. Homes sold, 699. The average sales price of $246,000. So you can see the big difference right there. Excuse me. And then the graph's just going to show the same that I was just showing you about it, but you know, the average list price has kind of been holding steady, a little bit of an uptick, but we're not going to see anything crazy until March. So next month is statistically known for the most active listings to go live, so we should see a spike in the active listing department when it comes to every single county. Now as we jump over to Rocky River, your average list price, $546,000. They actually had 12 price reductions. It's up 300% just because there's only 96 listings. So a couple of them go down in price, and of course it's going to jump up the percentage and kind of make that look insane amount. And then new listings, 20, which is up 31.4%. That's a good thing simply because Rocky River is highly sought after. Last 30 days, 19 homes sold. Average sale price, $476,000. And then the graphs, it's going to show you the same kind of uptick down, you know, the gradual decline of active listings. There was so much that happened. And let's face it, 2024 absolutely sucked for real estate. We haven't seen numbers this low in 40 years, which is crazy. Now, as we go to Medina County, average list price, $406,000. 51 price reductions. Again, you're going to see that number up. It's a little skewed because there's not that many listings. There is 502, which is good, but we need more. We definitely need more. New listings, 103. That's up 26.1%. I love seeing the new listings. I'm hoping this year, with all the data that I've been seeing, all the the professional analysis that are out there, I'm hoping 2024 was, the bottom and we're going to start going up. But I wouldn't get your hopes up thinking that it's going to be, perfect out there. It's going to be a long drawn out process. Homes sold 95, average sales price 332,000. And then the graphs, again, you're going to see the similar trend with all of these graphs. Now, I say that we're not going to see anything dramatic because simply the supply and demand issue that we have, there's not a lot of supply. There is an immense amount of demand, a lot of pent-up demand with buyers that are out there, from first-time home buyers going all the way through. If those interest rates drop too quick, it's going to cause 2021 all over again. It's going to be a feeding frenzy, and we don't want that. Now, as we jump over to Wadsworth, average list price $421,000, 8 price reductions. That's up. Active listings 91. That is down. New listings up 18. Homes sold last 30 days 12. Average sales price $273,000, and it's such a huge difference just because there's only 12 homes sold. And Wadsworth is an area that provides starter homes, and there's areas where they have luxury homes. So these numbers, they vary greatly just depending on what sells. And again, you're going to see average listing price has actually gone up here, but it kind of, it's just a nice little wave. Active listings, you're going to see the similar thing. Down, and then we're going to start, peaking up come March, especially as we, get closer to the end of the school year and start the busy season. As we jump over to Lorain County, average list price $325,000, 136 price reductions, up 100%. Active listings 1,095, that's actually down 5%. New listings 242, up 23%. This is why we're seeing that close to 2.5 months of inventory, which is fantastic. But we still have another few months to add to that. A healthy, balanced market is 5 to 6 months of inventory. So we still have a ways to go. Homes sold in the last 30 days, 194. Average sales price $271,000. And then the average listing price is pretty much flatlined here. There's not much that has changed over the past several months. Active listings, there's that wave going down. We're going to start going up as we look into next month's market report. Now as we jump over to Avon, average list price $504,000, 12 price reductions, up 100%, 68 active listings, that's actually up. Great news because Avon is another highly sought after location. New listings 15, keep those numbers going up. Homes sold 7, average sales price $405,000. And then the graphs, similar situation. And the listing price is holding steady here. So this is where, like Avon, Rocky River, like a lot of these areas, you're going to see the home prices are kind of holding pretty true. Some instances, there is a little bit of a dip, but when you're hearing that home prices are dropping, don't automatically assume that they are dropping by tens of thousands of dollars. That may be happening in some other market areas. That is not happening here in the Cleveland area. We are not dropping tens of thousands of dollars like somewhere, for instance, like Miami, where they are struggling right now. Down in that area, they can't sell a house, basically. So the home prices are, essentially crashing down in certain markets, but not everywhere. Now, as we take a look at Summit County, average list price $255,000. There is 224 price reductions. That's up 55%. 1,987 active listings. That's down almost 6%. 459 new listings. That's up 25, almost 26%. Homes sold 376 for an average sales price of $244,000. So overall, this Summit County is kind of, selling for what it's listed for. It's not dropping dramatically, but again, location, location, location. Every single neighborhood is different when it comes to real estate. And then the same trends, a little bit of a dip for average listing price, active listings going down that we have been seeing. As we take a look at Macedonia, average list price $326,000. 2 price reductions, not a lot of movement there, but there's also not a lot of active listings in Macedonia. There's only 39 with 12 new listings hitting the market. Homes sold, just 8, 312,000 average sales price. Again, not a lot of activity in Macedonia, but it is an area that is nice to move into, get into. There's a lot of cities that are like this, townships that are fantastic if you can move to them. They have some great schools, just great neighborhoods, but there's not a lot of activity that's going on with it. And then again, the graphs, same old situation, nothing different by any means. Now for these interest rates. The loan amount is set for $500,000. I just middle of the road basically when it comes to this area. 30-year fixed, unfortunately, is at a 7.05. 15-year fixed is currently sitting at 6.45. Your jumbo loan, 7.33%. Your ARMs are sitting at 6.8%. 30-year FHA, 6.45%, and then your VA, 6.46%. I do not foresee any of these coming down anytime soon. No matter how you feel, what's happening as the market in general, like what the Fed is doing, when the Fed drops interest rates, it means nothing necessarily for mortgage rates. It's all about them buying up like the bonds and everything like that. When they start doing that, the Fed starts doing that, that's what adjusts the mortgage rates. So when they do change, it's just essentially like anticipation of what the Fed is about to do to help mortgage rates. But again, if this 30-year fixed right here was sitting, if this just comes dropping down and they're like, hey, we're gonna have this drop by, half a point for the next couple months. If this thing comes flying down and it drops to 6.5, and then it drops to 6, and then say 2 months later, it's down to 5.5. That is the type of drops I was talking about that is going to cause another 2021 because we got to have the inventory to catch up. And if we have all these buyers that are entering into the market, there's going to be more buyers that are going to enter in than there will be sellers. So sellers, it kind of lags a little bit. So what'll happen is all these buyers are going to come in. Well, now the homes that are out there and they are listed, you're going to have multiple offers coming in. You're going to have the appraisal gap showing up again. And it's going to cause the increase in home value. And these appraisal gaps is what essentially caused the massive hike in home values. Because when appraisers come through and they look at the comps, they see the sale price in the home. So they'll see a home that sold for $400,000, we'll say. It may have appraised at $380,000 and there was an appraisal gap of $20,000. Well, now they look at it and go, oh, that home sold for $400,000. Well, now this home is definitely worth $405,000 or $410,000. And then that gets covered. Or there's other appraisal gaps that end up happening. Or you had instances where there was companies that, I'm not going to name names, were buying out homes in a radius, buying some homes at like a little bit cheaper because of course they got to make their money. And then they were trying to get one super cheap and then sell it at face value just to increase all the other homes' values. There's a lot of, crappy situations, pretty shitty situations that were happening, and it threw everything off, and that is why we are in the situation that we are in currently. However, I do feel that these mortgage rates are going to hold pretty steady going through, but everything is showing to be more of a positive year. It's just not going to change dramatically as where the numbers sit right now, what all the data is telling us. But it can change in a blink of an eye. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this Cleveland market. And if you got any value from the video, be sure to smash the like button. It's greatly appreciated. And again, if you are planning or even thinking about buying or selling, I have people contacting me every single week that are just like you to help them navigate through this process. You can contact me directly here, or you can use one of the methods I have listed in the description below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to click subscribe, turn notifications on so you can stay up to date on all my future videos that I have coming your way.